The secret to getting rich that allows some people to become millionaires very quickly while most people are just struggling to get by comes down to understanding just 3 simple things. The first is access to a high-value skill set. Now, you can go out and build this high-value skill set yourself, or you can identify it in other people and have them help you. But if you ignore this important first step, it doesn't matter how smart or funny or talented you are, because nothing you do moving forward is gonna work. Next is that you need a way to shortcut something called the logical levels, which holds the key to rapid and massive changes in your performance and income. The reason that so few people ever get rich, and why even those that do often take decades to do so, often comes down to the simple fact that they don't know how to make rapid and permanent changes in a way that would allow them to accumulate money and wealth a whole lot faster. And lastly, you need to combine systems and standards, which will not only allow you to increase your income, but can also help you get in better shape, grow your business, improve your relationships, and pretty much anything else you can think of. So let me show you how it's done, starting with getting access to a high-value skill set. Now, this first part is gonna sound pretty obvious, but stick with me as there's a lot more to it. The one thing that all high earners have in common is that they provide a highly sought after, desirable, and therefore valuable product or service to a lot of people. In other words, they've identified a problem that people have and are willing to pay to solve, and then they've found a way to deliver that solution through some kind of product or service. And they do this better than anyone else, which allows them to beat their competition, but more on that in just a minute. What's important to understand here is that the more painful or important the problem is to someone, the more valuable and profitable offering a solution to that problem is. And the greater the number of people that have this problem, the more overall profit or income that you can generate by solving it. For example, Bill Gates made his billions by solving the problem of personal computing. Elon Musk made his fortune through software, then payment systems, and then electric vehicles. And examples like Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg, well, they made their money by impacting the lives of billions of people. But there's another important point here that has to do with competition, and specifically, the more people that are out there willing to solve a problem for other people, well, the less valuable that solution becomes. This is why one of the most important principles when it comes to increasing your income and making more money and building large amounts of wealth really has to do with finding and identifying your personal value creation sweet spot. A spot that can be found at the intersection of 2 different criteria. The first of which is market demand. This is essentially just finding something that other people are willing to pay for. You see, one of the biggest reasons that I see new businesses fail, or new offers fail to get traction, or new launches or marketing initiatives just fail to sort of make any kind of progress whatsoever, is that they're selling something or offering something or presenting something to people in a way that they just don't want or just don't care about. Okay, next is skills. Now, like I said earlier, you can build and develop a highly valuable skill set yourself, or you can find and identify it in other people and team up or hire them in order to have them help you conquer the world. Now, neither approach of either developing the skills yourself or finding other people to partner with is necessarily better than the other in the beginning. But if your big goal is growth and impact and making as much of a difference as possible, then you're probably going to need to bring on other people to help you sooner than later. Regardless, the sweet spot for your personal value creation is in that gap between market demand and skills. So find the overlap and fill the gap. But if you want to do this faster and easier, then this is where this next step comes in, which is to shortcut the logical levels. The first time I heard about the logical levels was probably around 5 or 6 years ago when I was speaking at a conference along with my friend Cam, who was going to be going up in just a few minutes to talk about mindset and high performance and all of the head stuff that allows people to operate at peak capacity, peak efficiency, peak performance? Basically to operate at their very best. Anyway, Cam got up on stage and he started to map out this pyramid-looking thing, and little did I know my life was about to change in an unimaginable and incredibly powerful way. This is because this is one of those concepts that once you see it and once you understand it, well, you can never unsee it again, and it's gonna positively spill over into everything that you do in all areas of your life and your business. But that's a big promise, I know, so let me break it down and you can see for yourself. The logical levels model is made up of the following 6 stages: environment, behavior, capability, beliefs and values, identity, then purpose, which is also sometimes referred to as vision or mission or spirituality or connectedness. What's important here though is the position of the levels and how making a change at a lower level may, but not necessarily affect an upper level. However, a change at an upper level will have a significant impact on all of the levels below it. This is why most of the advice out there on success and achievement and performance and goals and personal development and all of that stuff is usually so short-lived. Like a New Year's resolution that you stick to for 3 weeks and then give up on because, well, life gets busy. This is because most of that advice is focused around kind of the superficial elements like environment and behavior, which are relatively short-lived, at least when compared to elements higher up the pyramid. Specifically focusing on identity first and being the kind of person that you need to be in order to accomplish the things that you want to do. In other words, the secret to making more money, increasing your wealth, or accomplishing any goal that you ever want to do is to first be, then do, then have. So let me share with you exactly how to do that now by combining the dynamic duo of systems and standards. All right, I've got 2 cool things to share with you here on systems and standards to really help drive this point home. Number 1 is a quote that I really like by James Clear that says, "You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems." In other words, what really separates goal achievers from the daydreamers and basically everyone else is the systems and the standards that they put in place to help make sure that they do what they need to do, rather than what the majority of people do, which is just hoping and wishing that things magically work out. What's most interesting here though is that when we relate it back to identity and imagining the kind of person that would do the things that you need to do, well, the systems and the standards become almost automatic, kind of obvious. I mean, all you have to do is imagine yourself as the kind of person that you want to be and then ask yourself, what would they do and what standard would they hold themselves up to? Would successful Adam play a video game or read a book? Okay, number 2 is the fact that for pretty much any goal that you have or anything that you want to do or accomplish, someone else has done it before. And this is good. Great even, as you can learn from them. See what they did to achieve it. Learn about how they think about things. Read, listen, or watch videos about their thought process and their identity and how they approach difficult and challenging situations. In fact, I've said a number of times on this channel that the single best thing I could ever hope to give you is to show you my thought process and some of the madness behind the method. Essentially, how I approach business, how I think about marketing and advertising and communication and building teams, leadership and productivity and systems. And that's why I've documented as much as I can through these videos, through blog articles, through social media posts and podcasts. But you don't just need to learn from me. There's also books and courses and programs and a ton of other places out there to get access to some of the very best information in the world. In other words, success really isn't a secret at all. It's written down everywhere. Of course, as great and important as all of these things are, they don't mean anything if you can't actually take that first step and get started in the first place. Which means you're going to need a plan of attack to overcome any procrastination and start acting like a true productivity master. So that's why I've linked up a video right here that's going to show you exactly how to overcome procrastination, become that productivity master, and start getting things done now and forever. So make sure to check it out now, and I'll see you in that next video. You see, confidence comes from evidence, so looking back at previous things that you've accomplished, challenges you've faced and overcome, or even just